Our daughter has osteogenesis imperfecta, which is a really long medical term for brittle bone. So her bones break easier than other normal kids. We call it her superpower versus her, brittle bone. And so sending her somewhere for 8 hours a day, we wanted to make sure that those resources were up to speed on what the diagnosis is, how to treat her. So I heard about the Center for Inclusive Childcare through my mom, actually. She has been in early childhood for pretty much her entire life. And once we were transitioning from an in-home to a center, we just felt like we wanted to provide the center with some resources that maybe we couldn't provide as parents. And so my mom contacted Joan, who she's known forever, and said, Joan, we've got to get something set up. Joan sent over, I think, the email address or link. I immediately went on and Googled, and everything that the website said is what we needed.
So when I came into the classroom, the teachers were kind and welcoming, and I just kind of hung out and watched the routine. I did observation. It was really neat to see that they were just embracing this family. They were a little nervous about taking care of her, and justly so. She's special and got those superpowers. And I think as I went along with going on visits, I would email Devin, and I could hear in her email back to me, oh my gosh, I'm so glad. Oh my gosh, this is just wonderful. Oh my gosh. She just kept, every time I was able to give her feedback, she was appreciative of all that we were doing together.
So since the coaching, we've noticed that the center has been much more open to asking questions.
I think that's a lot of providers. They don't want to ask the questions because they should really know all this. No, they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't. And I help them to understand that, please, it would be better to ask the question than to not ask the question.
Yes. I would absolutely recommend the Center for Inclusive Childcare. As a parent with a kid that has a superpower, we're always making appointments. We're always the advocate for that child. And to have somebody come in, here I go, that they contact the center, they send email updates. I was asking the provider or a couple of the teachers, I was like, so how's Joan, in the classroom? They said she just blends in. And so you kind of feel like a stigma is on you as a parent with a child with a certain disability, that you have this label. But to hear then that Joan blended in, and it just felt like home, having Joan in there to foster that kind of different care that they weren't maybe as accustomed to, was just instrumental.